What if I told you that cutting out your daily coffee isn't going to make you wealthy? That budgeting apps and coupon clipping are distracting you from where you're actually losing thousands every year? The ultra-wealthy don't waste time obsessing over $5 purchases. Instead, they laser focus on plugging the 4 massive money leaks that silently drain most people's wealth. Today, I'm exposing these hidden financial leaks that are costing you thousands each year. The exact ones the wealthy always fix first. These aren't small expenses. They're systematic inefficiencies in your taxes, loans, insurance, and investments that most financial advisors rarely discuss. Why don't they tell you? Because fixing these leaks often doesn't earn them commissions. But addressing just one of these areas could save you more money than cutting out coffee for the next decade. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly how to find these leaks in your own finances and how to plug them using the same techniques the ultra-wealthy use to preserve their fortunes. Before we dive into each specific leak, you need to understand the 3R method, the framework the wealthy use to fix financial inefficiencies. The 3R method stands for Reallocate, Renegotiate, and Restructure. This simple framework will guide every leak-fixing strategy we discuss today. Reallocate means moving your resources to more efficient uses. For example, taking money from underperforming investments to pay off high-interest debt. Renegotiate means actively seeking better terms on your existing financial agreements. The wealthy know almost everything is negotiable, from credit card interest rates to insurance premiums. Restructure means changing how your finances are organized. This could be refinancing loans, changing entity structures for tax purposes, or consolidating accounts to eliminate fees. Most people are passive with their finances, accepting whatever terms they're given. The wealthy are active, constantly looking for optimization opportunities through these 3 strategies. Now let's apply this 3R framework to each of the 4 major money leaks. The first major money leak comes from inefficient loans and poor credit optimization. This single leak costs most families thousands per year. Did you know that improving your credit score from 670 to 760 could save you $83,000 on a 30-year mortgage? That's more than $2,700 per year without changing your spending habits at all. The wealthy obsess over their credit scores not because they need loans, but because they understand the massive leverage a high score provides in negotiations. Here's your first actionable step. Check your FICO scores from all 3 bureaus using myfico.com. Don't rely on free credit score sites. They don't show the actual scores lenders use. Next, examine your credit reports for errors. A Federal Trade Commission study found that 1 in 5 consumers had errors on their credit reports. Fixing these alone could boost your score significantly. Now let's apply the 3R method to your loans. First, reallocate. If you have investments earning 2% while carrying debt at 6%, you're leaking money. Consider using some investment funds to eliminate high-interest debt. Second, renegotiate. Call your credit card companies and ask for lower interest rates. If you have a good payment history, they'll often agree rather than lose your business. Third, restructure. Use the cash flow index to prioritize which loans to pay off first. Divide your loan balance by the monthly payment. The lowest scores are your most inefficient loans and should be eliminated first. By restructuring just half of your inefficient loans, you could free up thousands in monthly cash flow without earning an extra dollar. The second massive money leak is in your tax strategy, or lack thereof. Most Americans overpay their taxes by thousands each year because they don't have the right structure or knowledge to take legitimate deductions. The wealthy don't pay illegal taxes. They pay strategic tax professionals to ensure they never overpay. Here's something shocking. Over 93% of business owners overpay their taxes according to research over the last decade. The key difference? Entity structure. If you earn any income outside a W-2 job and haven't set up a proper business entity, you're almost certainly overpaying. Let's apply the 3R method to taxes. First, reallocate. Shift some personal expenses that could be legitimate business deductions by documenting their business purpose. Second, renegotiate. If you've overpaid in previous years, you can amend returns going back 3 years. This often results in significant refunds. Third, restructure. Setting up the right entity, whether an LLC, S Corp, or C Corp, can significantly reduce your tax burden through strategies like income splitting. Even if you're a W-2 employee, you can still create a side business entity for freelance work, consulting, or other income sources to access these deductions. The third major money leak comes from inefficient insurance, a blind spot for most people. The wealthy view insurance strategically, as a risk transfer mechanism with an economic component, not just a necessary evil. Most people are simultaneously overinsured in some areas and dangerously underinsured in others, creating both waste and risk. Let's apply the 3R framework. First, reallocate. Move from multiple low-deductible policies to fewer high-deductible policies with an emergency fund to cover smaller incidents. For example, raising your auto insurance deductible from $500 to $1,000 typically saves 10 to 15% on premiums. If you have 2 vehicles with full coverage, that's hundreds of dollars annually. Second, renegotiate. Insurance companies count on your inertia. Call and ask for better rates, or have an independent broker shop your coverage annually. Third, restructure. Use an umbrella policy to coordinate coverage. This allows you to lower coverage on individual policies while increasing your overall protection. For instance, a $1 million umbrella policy often costs just $200 to $400 per year and allows you to reduce liability coverage on auto and home policies to their minimum required amounts. Also, check for duplicate coverage. Many people pay for roadside assistance on both their auto insurance and their credit card without realizing it. By eliminating redundancies and restructuring coverage, most households can save $1,000 to $2,000 annually while improving their actual protection. The fourth money leak, and perhaps the most insidious, is excessive investment fees. Most people have no idea how much they're actually paying in fees because they're automatically deducted and rarely itemized clearly. The wealthy are ruthless about minimizing investment costs because they understand a profound truth. Just 1% in extra fees can reduce your retirement balance by 28% over 30 years. Let's apply our 3R framework. First, reallocate. Move from high-fee actively managed funds to low-cost index funds or ETFs when appropriate. The average actively managed mutual fund charges 1 to 2% annually, while equivalent index funds often charge 0.1 to 0.2%, a potential 90% reduction in costs. Second, renegotiate. If you work with financial advisors, understand exactly what you're paying and what value you're receiving. Often, fees are negotiable if you simply ask. Third, restructure. Consider moving retirement accounts to platforms with lower administrative costs and better investment options. For 401k plans, look for hidden fees like 12b1 marketing fees, administrative costs, and revenue sharing arrangements that silently drain your returns. Remember, a fee isn't just a one-time cost, it's an exponential reduction in your future wealth due to lost compound growth. By restructuring investment accounts to eliminate unnecessary fees, a typical investor with $500,000 can recapture over $5,000 annually without changing their investment strategy at all. Now it's time to conduct your own financial leak audit to find the thousands waiting to be recaptured in your finances. Start by gathering your financial documents, loan statements, insurance policies, investment accounts, and tax returns from the past 2 years. Next, calculate your cash flow index for each loan by dividing the loan balance by the monthly payment. Any loan with a score under 50 should be prioritized for elimination. Then, review your credit reports from all 3 bureaus for errors, and your FICO scores to identify credit optimization opportunities. For insurance, list all policies and coverage amounts to identify overlaps and gaps. Request quotes with adjusted deductibles and limits to compare savings. With investments, identify all fees, expense ratios, administrative fees, advisory fees, and transaction costs. Then calculate their total impact on your returns. Finally, have a tax professional review your returns for missed deductions and evaluate whether your current entity structure is optimal. What you'll likely discover is shocking. Most people find between $3,000 and $15,000 in annual savings without changing their lifestyle at all. The strategies we've discussed today aren't theoretical. They produce real results for people who implement them. When people focus on fixing these financial leaks rather than obsessing over daily lattes, they typically find thousands in monthly cash flow that was previously being wasted. These aren't anomalies, they're typical results when people focus on fixing financial leaks rather than obsessing over daily lattes. Here's your 3-step action plan to start plugging your money leaks immediately. Step 1. Start with your credit. Request your FICO scores and credit reports today. Then dispute any errors and identify improvement opportunities. Step 2. Review your loans using the cash flow index. Identify your most inefficient loans and create a plan to eliminate, renegotiate, or restructure them. Step 3. Schedule a financial leak audit. Set aside 3 hours this week to gather your documents and systematically review each area we've covered. Remember, finding money you're already losing is far easier than earning new money, and it requires no lifestyle changes. The wealthy know that financial leaks, once plugged, stay fixed for years, creating ongoing savings that can amount to hundreds of thousands over time. If you found this valuable, subscribe to Stealth Wealth Hacks for weekly insights into the exact strategies the ultra-wealthy use to build and protect their wealth. Remember, while everyone else is focused on cutting small expenses, the wealthy are plugging these massive leaks. Now you have the exact blueprint to do the same.